Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. In today's video, you guys, we're going to be talking again, oh my god, sigh, about Trisha Paytas. There is someone who weighed in on, it looks like some sort of podcast or TV show or something. He went on, I got the clip from Spill Some Tea With Me Backup on Instagram, and this person was really kind of, he made some good points. He was talking about Trisha Paytas and how, well, quite frankly, disliked she is on the internet. Theoretically one of the most hated people on the internet at this time, and how, you know, that really wasn't good for her baby. To put her baby in the spotlight as of having one of the parents who is one of the most hated people on the internet, it's just not a good look, and it really isn't good or healthy or nice to do to the baby. And I'm gonna play the clip for you guys so you can see it, and let's talk about it, because I do have some thoughts on that, as well as like Trisha Paytas turning into more of like family channel content. You guys already know how I feel about that, and I just want to kind of like just give my thoughts on this whole thing. So if you're interested in hearing more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Miss pulled this clip, and Miss, I want to tell you something. If you're going to pull some clips from people, we need to find out who the person is in the clip, okay, dear? We can't just, we have to credit people, Mama Kitty, okay? We have to give people credit where credit is due, and when we don't know who they are, we can't give them credit, Miss. Okay, so for next time, just make sure you find out who the person is so we can credit them, okay, Miss? Okay, Miss. So let's go ahead and roll the clip from the guy. Roll it.
Because that shit's on its way out. Already polarizing. You're gonna bring a kid into the world where most of your watches are from people who hate you? You want to bring your kid into a world, expose them to a world where you only mostly get negative comments? You want to bring your kid into that? If Trisha was smart, and she did honestly just say that she did this, she's thinking of it a kid this time. If she was smart, fine. Exploit the pregnancy up to the point of birth, and then no one should ever see your child. Ever. They should know their name. They should know nothing about your child. If you loved your kid, Trisha Paytas, this isn't someone who's up and coming and building a following. This is someone who has a massive following of hate. Dangerous following of hate, probably too. If you loved your kid, and you just said you did, Trisha, nobody should know anything about your child. And there are so many influencers who do that. There are a lot of A-list celebrity actors, big-time celebrities who know you don't know their kids. You shouldn't. I think Trisha would be on that level. She's very famous. So why would she even need to exploit her kid? She just admits she makes 8 figures on OnlyFans. Why do you need to exploit this kid too? You don't. If nobody knows who your child is, okay, for its whole life, maybe it has some semblance of protection as it gets older.
Okay. So he makes some points, you guys. Like, Trisha Paytas really honestly is one of the most disliked people on the internet. And when you bring a child into the world as the parent of one of the most disliked people on the internet, what you're going to be doing is now taking a lot of the hate that you get, and as this child gets older, I don't think when the child's a baby, you know, it's going to really matter. People are going to be like, oh, look at this cute baby, da-da-da, oh my god, cute. But when this child's, 10 years old, teenager, 13, 14, up into adulthood, they're just gonna get this hate that's passed down from the mom onto the baby. And because Trisha Paytas isn't done yet, and this person was basically saying like, hey, like, you're already halfway there, you're 5 months pregnant, why don't you just exploit the pregnancy, do what you're doing? But when your child is born, when your baby girl is born, please, for the love of all things good, keep your baby off the internet. And he was saying tons of celebrities do so. And that's the truth all day long. Tons of celebrities keep their children out of the public eye and don't let the public see their face, know their name, know anything about them until the child is old enough to kind of do those things themselves. And decide whether they're going to be strong enough to do that, to handle any kind of criticism they get themselves. And I think that that's one of like my biggest issues with family channels. I think that family channels, they start, most of them, with parents, and this is going to be harsh and you might not like what I'm going to say. I think that they start because parents realize that they themselves are not entertaining enough, but they've got these cute little mini-me's running around, and if they film all these cute little things that their children are doing, they know their kids are cuter, and people like to watch their kids because their kids are more entertaining and cute and funny than they are. And so they exploit the kids to make money, to gain followers, to gain relevancy, to get all these perks from brands and all of this stuff. And that's just honestly how I view family channels. I think that most of them start out this way. It's an interesting twist when the family channel is the parents are already super relevant on social media, because then it becomes, you could see it as a way for them to just kind of modify their content because they're in the next phase of their life and they want to share that next phase with people. But then I think that it takes a turn. I keep like snapping and unsnapping this thing. Sorry guys, is this like a contact lens case? And I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it down because I know it's like a weird noise off camera. Okay. I think it takes a weird twist when that person is extremely disliked on social media, because what then happens is that like people hate watch Trisha Paytas. If you didn't see my last video about Trisha Paytas and drama channels and how people love to hate watch Trisha, and that's why we make videos about her still and all this stuff, because the views that people love to hate watch her and all that, check that out. But people are gonna hate watch her and her family and her baby and stuff, and they might not actually hate the baby, but you're just opening the door for this child to receive so much unnecessary criticism and unnecessary hate just for being your kid, when all you have to do to help them avoid any kind of trauma like that is just to keep them away from it. And you have every power to keep them away from it, because the content that you were doing before you were pregnant, you can just keep doing that kind of content with the food hauls and the Fashion Nova stuff and the cooking videos and all that stuff, and you would have plenty of content still, and you would keep the baby and your child safe and away from all of that criticism and backlash and hate that's gonna inevitably come the child's way. Not when it's a baby or an infant or a toddler, but as the child gets older, they're gonna face that simply because they're on camera and people know that they're your child. And I get that you don't want to hide your kid from the world because that's like your pride and joy. Like, you created that as your mini-me, I get it. But you should know, and you know better than anybody, Trisha, that you are a very polarizing, controversial figure, and you yourself, Trisha, would probably admit that you have to have very thick skin to take the amount of hate and criticism that you get on the internet. But you're going to be asking your kid from birth, who'd never even asked for any of this, didn't ask to be born, didn't ask for any of this, they just came into this world innocent. You're going to be throwing that at them and forcing them to get the thick skin that you have and forcing them to go through the kind of stuff that you have just because you want to create content for your YouTube channel. And that's where things get a little weird to me. And that's where it gets like a little like, I don't know, it's just, I don't agree with it. I don't like family channels to begin with, but I really do think this guy makes a strong point. And I know Trisha Paytas is going to show her kid to the world, and there's going to be pictures everywhere, and there's going to be lots of content with her baby and all that stuff. And I don't think that that's something that anybody can say or do to make her change her mind on that. But I really do think it's a bad idea. I think that she should have her baby, enjoy her life, enjoy being a mom and all the perks that that brings. But you don't need to put all that onto the internet. You don't need to put all that onto the internet. It's not, your baby's not here yet, so if you want to exploit your pregnancy, that's different. But once your baby's here, I would highly advise you keep that part of your life private and keep their innocence away from all that the crazy internet is, honestly. Quite honestly. And they're gonna get youth stripped from them too soon. They're gonna grow up way too fast if they're in the limelight like that. And if you want them to have a chance at living a healthy, happy life, I think maybe let them decide when their brains are developed enough to decide if they want to be on camera or not. Don't force it upon them. And that's just how I kind of feel about every drama channel and stuff. But I think especially, every drama channel, every family channel and stuff. But I think especially so when it comes to such a polarizing figure that people really just do not like Trisha Paytas. So I don't know. She's not gonna listen to this, and take any feedback from me. But if I were to give any feedback, that would be it. Anyway, you guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that this guy has a point, or do you think that Trisha should milk it and that make this family channel thing blow up? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple down here for you to choose from, so I'd love it if you did that. I'm really, really close to my next major milestone on YouTube, so if you subscribe, it would help me so much to get there. I appreciate all of you so much. And aside from all of that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.